If you're starting off your financial management journey and want to get serious about saving and investing money, the 50-20-30 rule might be the best methodology for you to get started with. How's it going, guys? Ryan here and welcome back to another wealth management video, and today we are talking about the 50-20-30 rule for budgeting, and this is something I touched on in my last video, which was about 3 investing habits you need to know, but I thought it deserved its own video because it is that effective. But before we get into it, guys, please remember to give this video a thumbs up. Helps me out so much with the YouTube algorithm, and subscribe for more investing, stock market, wealth management and cryptocurrency content. I'd love to know your thoughts or whether you've implemented the 50-20-30 rule in the comments section below. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. The 50-20-30 rule is a budgeting rule that was popularized by US Senator Elizabeth Warren, and effectively it stipulates that you need to split your income into 3 different streams once you receive it. And these 3 sections are where the rule gets its name. What you want to do is split 50% of your income to your needs, 20% of your income to your savings and your investments, and 30% of your income to your wants, those things that you don't necessarily need but are nice to have. Let's get into a bit more detail about each of these different sections. So if you take your income and you split it between your needs, your wants and your savings / investments, what actually are those things? Well, if we focus on your needs first, these are things that are absolutely necessary for your survival. So we're talking things like your basic food requirements, so your groceries and all that sort of stuff, water bill, power bill, your rent, these things which are absolutely required. Especially if you're looking at somewhere in the US, you can add in things such as, your health insurance and stuff like that. These are things that are needs and are not really an option in life. You really need to have these in order to maintain a happy, healthy life and for your own safety. Now, if we then shift to the 20%, what is that? Well, that is the investments and savings. So these are things that you're looking at in order to achieve your long-term goals and to work towards your financial future. So this could be literally anything from education, your investments, so things such as the stock market, things such as real estate, all these sort of interesting things, affiliate marketing, a YouTube channel, for instance, if you're trying to grow that into a business. Allocate 20% of your funds to those things which are going to help you grow and help you develop potentially a passive income stream that will reduce the need for you to allocate your active income to your needs themselves. Then the 3rd section is your wants, and that constitutes 30%. And that 30% is things which effectively you really don't need at all, but they're nice to haves. So we're talking going out to dinner with friends, going to the movies, buying video games, buying car parts, all those sort of things that don't constitute something that you absolutely need, but they're things that you want in order to, maintain a life, maintain your hobbies, all those sorts of things. One key thing to note with the 50-20-30 rule is it is a rule of thumb. There are going to be circumstances depending on where you live, what your income is, to where that this rule is literally impossible for you to apply in your current circumstances. For example, maybe 60 or 65% of your income is going towards your needs. And unfortunately, at that point in your life, that is absolutely unavoidable. You might have lots of kids, a partner, and you've got a lot of things that you need to pay for in order to support your family, in order to survive. So that needs section may be higher. And what that means is you're going to have to move out some of the wants percentage and move out some of the investments slash savings percentage in order to accommodate for that. So those sections are going to be lower. Now, obviously the goal is to effectively increase the amount of money you can put into your wants and into your investments and savings. But the only way to do that is effectively to increase your income, or obviously reduce your costs, but that is something which is a lot harder to do. So being able to increase the amount of money you're receiving per week, per month, whatever it may be, is the best way to achieve that 50-20-30 split. Now, I have a little bit of a different take on the rule, and I'd challenge anyone who is going to go for the 50-20-30 split. I suggest that instead of putting 30% to wants and 20% to your investments and your savings, put 30% into your investments and savings and only allocate 20% to your wants. Those wants theoretically can be completely eliminated, and the funds that you're putting into that can be repurposed for better means, so your investments and your savings, for your financial future. The more you can reduce the amount of money in your wants, the better. But the first thing you have to do is actually understand how much money you are allocating to your needs, how much money you are allocating to your wants, and how much money you are allocating currently to your income and investments, if anything at all. And I imagine a lot of people are in the position where they're not actually saving that much money, they're not investing any money at all in their financial future. It would be going to their needs and their wants, and that's it. The best way to increase your possibilities for success is to consistently put more money into the investments, into the savings for your financial future. And what you should be doing is trying to develop a second stream of income that is passive. So as I mentioned before, if you're investing in the stock market, for instance, that may be through dividends. If you're investing in real estate, that would be through rental payments. If you're starting up a YouTube channel, you're putting your money into good camera equipment, lighting, production, all that sort of stuff. Hopefully at some stage you're going to be able to monetize that channel. And effectively what you're then doing is developing those passive income streams that will be able to help increase the amount of income you're receiving every day, every week, every month, and as a result consistently start to increase the amount of money you're investing, and then put yourself on a trajectory for financial success. Now, as you become more successful, the amount of money coming in is going to result in your needs reducing significantly in value if the costs are kept the same. So if you double your income, for instance, your needs are only going to be 25% of your income. That means you can allocate more money to your investments, into your savings, into your wants than is required for your needs. So effectively, this 50-20-30 rule is there for beginners, people starting their financial journey. What it does is enables you to put some discipline in your income savings and your investments, basically your finances. So you're divvying up the amount of money strictly to where you require it. Hopefully you will get to a point where the needs do not constitute 50%. They will start to constitute less and less over time as your income streams increase and as your costs reduce over time. One thing to keep in mind is as your standard of living increases, that means the cost of your needs typically increases as well. For instance, if you can afford to move into a better area, that means, your rent's going to go up, your mortgage rates are going to go up, all those sort of things. The cost of food from the local grocery store is more expensive. So your needs costs are going to increase as well. So don't think just because your income has increased means that automatically that number is going to drop. you need to understand that it is based on a point in time with regards to your current standard of living and the costs associated with that. If you can maintain that standard of living whilst also increasing your income, you're going to be able to project a lot quicker in order to be able to become financially free in a much faster manner. And that wraps up today's video, guys. I'd love to know your thoughts on the 50-20-30 rule if you've used it before. If you have you found it useful? For me, I certainly think it is one of the best introductory budgeting techniques there is out there due to the simplicity of it and the ease of understanding. It doesn't require any complex spreadsheets or anything like that. It is simply dividing up your income into different segments and is there to act as a guide and a goal. If you did enjoy today's video, guys, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It helps me out so much. And once again, subscribe for more investing, stock market, wealth management, and cryptocurrency content. And with that, guys, I hope you have an awesome day. I'll see you next time. Cheers.